In this concept, we're going to talk about numerical expressions. So a numerical expression is a mix of numbers and operations. Okay, so numbers we've talked about before. Whole numbers, integers, etc. Operations include addition, subtraction, division, multiplication, etc., among others. Okay, so some examples of numerical expressions. 2 plus 5 minus 2. Okay, so this evaluates to, 2 plus 5 is 7, minus 2, and then you get 5, right? 2 plus 3 times 8 divided by 2. Again, there should be a certain order to evaluate these, which we're going to talk about right coming up. 5 squared minus 5 times 2 squared minus 8. So you have exponentiation here, which is an operation. It is a mathematical operation. Okay, so numerical expressions usually have one answer when simplified. The order of operations is used to simplify numerical expressions. So, like I alluded to here, there is a certain order to calculating these expressions to get the answer. Okay, the order of operations can be easily remembered by using the following pattern of letters. Okay, the following mnemonic. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sarah. PEMDAS. So P is parentheses. You do the parentheses first. You evaluate what's in the parentheses first. And then E is exponentiation, exponents, right? M is multiplication. So then you do the whatever is multiplied. And then D is the division. And then after that, whatever is divided. A is addition. And then S is subtraction. Okay. So you see here it says from left to right for multiplication and division, and then from left to right for addition and subtraction. What this means is for parentheses, if you had something that had parentheses or exponents, it doesn't matter the order. If you had multiple parentheses or multiple exponents, it doesn't matter what order you evaluate them with, right? So like up here, for example, we have an exponent here and we have an exponent here. It doesn't matter whether we do this first and then write it out and then do this, or do this first and then do this after. Okay, just for these two. But for multiplication and division and addition and subtraction, you would have to do them from left to right, assuming you have multiple of these again. So multiple multiplication signs and multiple division signs, multiple addition signs, multiple subtraction signs, etc. Let's look at some examples. So remember the mnemonic again, right? PEMDAS. And let's write it here so we can refer to it in identifying the right order of operations. Okay, so 10 minus, parentheses, 2 plus 3, and then plus 3 times 5. According to our mnemonic, and let's write it yet again here, DAS, right? First thing to evaluate is the parentheses. So it's 2 plus 3, right? You evaluate whatever's in the parentheses and you get 5. You write it out. And then the negative sign carries out because you've done what's inside the parentheses and then the sign is separate. Okay, so the sign just remains. After the parentheses is exponents. Well, we don't have any exponents, so we move on to the next one. Multiplication. We do have multiplication, right? So 3 times 5. So after we've done the parentheses, then we evaluate the multiplication. 3 times 5 evaluates to 15. Okay, and then again the sign just carries over as is. After multiplication comes division, which we don't have any division, and then addition, then subtraction. Okay, so in this case, You could have said -5 plus 15, but then, you want to start with something that's positive. So positive 10, right? Positive 10 minus 5. So you could do the subtraction here first. So 10 minus 5 is 5. And then plus the 15 plus and 15, right? So 5 plus 15 is 20. So example 2. 18 divided by 3 minus 2 plus 7 minus 5. Parentheses first. So 7 minus 5 gives you 2. Exponents, we don't have any exponents. Moving on. Multiplication, we do not have any multiplication. Division, we do have division. So then 18 divided by 3 gives me 6, right? So I got the 2, and then I got the 6, and then everything else carries over. The negative sign carries over, this 2 carries over, plus sign carries over, and this 2 carries over. After the division is the addition and subtraction. But again, I want to start with something that has a positive sign, so I'm not gonna say minus 2 plus 2. I'm gonna say plus 6 minus 2, right? First, because I want to start with something that's positive. So 6 minus 2 is 4, and then after that I do the addition. So 4 plus 2 gives me 6. 2 plus 5 minus 2. In this case, I want to start with the addition, right? So plus 2 plus 5, positive 2 plus 5, gives me 7, and then I have minus 2, so 7 minus 2 is 5. 2 plus 3 times 8 divided by 2. So I have no parentheses. Again, let's write the mnemonic so we remember it, right? DAS. This is a D. So we don't have parentheses. We don't have exponents. We do have multiplication, right? 3 times 8 gives me 24. After the multiplication is done, what else do I have? I have division and addition. So then division is next, right? So 24 divided by 2 gives me 12. After that, what do I have? I have just simple addition. 2 plus 12 is 14. Okay, so remember the mnemonic and be careful with the order of operations. We have some exercises here, so please pause the video, work on these, and come back for the solutions. So simplify. 3 times 2 plus 4, parentheses 4 minus 1. So write out the mnemonic again, PEMDAS. So parentheses first, so I have 4 minus 1 gives me 3, and then just write everything else. 2 times 3, right? After the parentheses, I need exponents, but I don't have any exponents, so forget the exponents. After that I have multiplication, which I do have, right? So 3 times 2 is 6, and then plus 3, right? And then just simple addition is 9. 5 minus 2 plus 6 divided by 3 plus 10. So back to the mnemonic again. I don't have parentheses. I don't have exponents. I don't have multiplication. I do have division. So I do the division first. 6 divided by 3 is 2, and then just write everything else. Plus, minus 2, 5, right? And then I have addition. Right? I have an addition here, but The beginning number is a negative number, so I'm going to skip this one for now. I want to do an addition that starts with a positive number. So I have 2 plus 10 here, so positive 2 plus 10, right? And this gives me, let me write this out here so I have more space. So 5 minus 2 plus 2 plus 10. So I have 2 plus 10, which gives me 12, and then minus 2, 5. And then 2 plus 10 obviously is positive 12. Okay. Now I still have an addition, but I would start with a negative number, so let's not do that. Let's do this. Let's do the subtraction. So positive 5 minus 2 gives me 3, and then I still have plus 12, so 3 plus 12 is 15. Four plus 8 minus 12 plus parentheses 2 times 1. So the parentheses comes first, right? So 2 times 1 is 2, and then just write everything else as is. That's 4. After that, I have no exponents, I have no multiplication, I have no division. I do have addition and subtraction. So I'm going to do the addition, so 4 plus 8. 4 plus 8 gives me 12, and then I have minus 12 plus 2. I do have addition, but I would be starting with a negative number, and I don't want to do that, so it's preferable to start with the positive number. So I have positive 12 here, minus 12, so I'm going to do this subtraction, right? So positive 12 minus 12 is 0, plus 2, which gives me 2. 10 divided by 5 times 2 plus 10. So here I have division, multiplication, and addition. And according to my mnemonic, which let me write it out here again, P-E-M-D-A-S. So I don't have parentheses, I don't have exponents. I do have multiplication and division, so I'm going to do the multiplication first. I need to do the multiplication first. So 5 times 2 is 10. So 10 divided by 5 times 2, right? Plus 10. Now I have division and addition. I want to do the division first. 10 divided by 10 is 1 plus 10. And that just gives me 11. 18 minus 8 times 2 plus parentheses 2 minus 2. So again, you should remember by now the parentheses go first. So 2 minus 2 is 0. 2, 8, 18. Okay, so plus 0 is just, plus 0 just goes away. So 18 minus 8 times 2. I have subtraction and I have multiplication. So I'm going to do the multiplication first. In this case, though, you could say minus 8 times 2 and just write out minus 16 directly. Or you could say 8 times 2 is 16, and then I'm going to carry over the negative sign. It's the same thing. Both ways are the same thing. In this case of multiplication, or division, of course. But remember, in addition and subtraction, I told you to try to always start the addition or the subtraction with a positive number so you don't get confused on the negative sign. But in this case, you could have treated it either way. So 8 times 2 is 16, and then the negative sign carries over, and then I have 18 here left. 18 minus 16 is just 2. Okay, hopefully this was clear. And this is the end of this concept. See you in the next video.